Hi, today is going to be a bit of a weird video because I kind of did something months ago and now here we are today on the press, and I was like, you know what, I am not going to continue working on this, so I paused and I'm resuming today. But that's exactly why I had plenty of videos in backlog. So you're going to see me taking all of this apart, but pretty much like everything is out, like the heads and everything that would make it a long block. Today we're just going to work on taking apart the short block. But first, let me tell you a little secret. These projects sometimes take hours, sometimes days, and I get hungry being here for that long. And if I'm hungry, I cannot work. And I'm actually a little hungry right now because I've already been here for hours working on other projects. So let me talk to you about today's sponsor, which I've personally used in the past before. And the sponsor of today's video, while I mix this up, is Factor, which if it isn't obvious, it's food. Just being here in the shop for so long, I don't have time to cook, nor do I want to cook, honestly. To be honest, I don't want to cook. So I don't even have time to meal prep. So then that's why I used Factor before in the past, and I also started using them recently just because I got overwhelmed with these old school cars and these projects that are just insane. So again, I don't have to worry about meal prepping, cooking, and they have like just a variety of different meals that you can choose from. They have new meals every week. I think they have like over 35 options. This one is protein because I like to hit my protein goal daily just because I have goals for myself. But hold on, because I'm really hungry. But they do have other options, so whether you're like keto, vegan, veggie, but I mainly like to stick to just Protein Plus because it's just high protein, moderate fats, and low carbs. So I usually just stick to getting these Factor meals for lunch and dinner because that's the time that I'm here at the shop. I'm not too much of a breakfast person. I usually like to fast and then get into the lunch and dinner. But now they are offering breakfast and they're offering like smoothies, juices, and like small bites, which is a good thing because I think, you know, I could probably go with like just like a smoothie just for breakfast, because if I don't fast, then I will like to have something light, especially if I know it's going to be a long day here at the shop. And then that's perfect because if somebody just wants their whole meals and they don't have to worry about everything, then you have from breakfast all the way to dinner, even snacks. It's pretty good too. This one is carrot, orange, and ginger. I love the taste of ginger. So now I feel much better after eating, but these Factor meals have been a huge time saver when it comes to just efficiency, and specifically, something that's very important to me is just that it has the macros that I'm looking for, and I don't have to worry about wasting time going to the grocery stores, cooking, meal prepping. I know these are just meals with everything that I want, again with the macros specifically. They're chef crafted and it's exactly what I'm looking for. So since my food is taken care of, all I have to worry is about these car projects. But now on to the fun part. Now we can finally get back to completing this. So I'm just going to start off by removing the oil pickup tube. It's just 1 volt right here. The good thing about this is that it's just a few things. It's just a short block, we'll be done in no time. All right, so this is done. Placing it here with all my parts. I'm now just realizing that I totally forgot to mention that I'm not going with this engine for the Camaro. In those months of me in between this, I finally decided it's not going to be this, it's going to be something else. But just going to start off by removing the pistons carefully. This is not the Mustang engine. It's been some time since I've been here in the shop, so this Milwaukee tool it just feels a little heavier than usual. But I'm glad to be back because this was killing me, just leaving this halfway. This is the last one that I can get to from here. Oh, all right, this one came off. Let's make sure to get all of these parts together, be nice and organized. Let's see if this piston wants to play nice and come off. It moved. Okay, I think it's working. Come on, it's right here. Soft and gentle because I care about these pistons and just overall this engine. Okay, here we go. And And of course, this engine, you know, it's kind of boring because everything is in really good condition. There's nothing like, oh wow, look at that. Nothing that I can say other than it's just pretty good. Changing my gloves for new ones since people think I don't do work, and I'm making sure I don't get anything on my clothes either. But honestly, I can't promise anything about me not getting dirty because working with engines, that one has got me beat. I usually tend to get dirty, especially with these older cars. Fuck, is it still not wanting to come off? Okay, well, let me just try to push the piston. Either way, if I hit this, yeah, I think, there we go. All right, so let's put this here. Let's get that piston off. Oh, I think this one's gonna be a straight shot. Almost there. Yep, that was so easy. I'm telling you, this engine, nice and boring. Again, another piston in pristine condition. And now to the second to last part. So I'm just going to remove these main bearing caps and then we can remove this crankshaft, which honestly, it looks pretty big and probably pretty heavy. So let's just start with these. I haven't done this in a while, but at the same time, it feels so familiar. I'm like, what number engine is this? I forgot. Sometimes I'm just like, I wish I could be doing this with the Camry again because it's just 4 cylinders. It just takes less time than this, but you know, I love my V8s. You may be wondering what plans I have for this engine, if it may go to another car. Maybe. I still haven't made up my mind about that, so give me a few months to think about it. Now my least favorite part, removing these bearings just because they're so stubborn. Often, me hitting it just doesn't do it justice, but all right. Maybe it's just me, but I need to bang this out quite a few times before it finally gets loose and I can take it off. It really, really annoys me. There we go. And now the most fragile part, removing this crankshaft, which again, looks big and pretty heavy, but we're about to find out. Damn, this is, this is heavy. Good thing I ate. If not, I wouldn't have any energy for this. Is this like 100-pound crankshaft? Fuck, it is. Oh. Fuck. That was freaking heavy. So this is the end of this video in the present, but feel free to stay and watch the past so you can see the beginning of all this process. So bye, or maybe not if you decide to stay and watch. And then the last one, let's pop this off. So I know what I'm looking at. You have your valve springs, retainers, rocker arms, push rods. I just don't know what this long bar is. I've never seen that before. My first push rod engine that I ever disassembled was my Mustang, and that didn't look like that, so I don't know. But I'm sure someone else will let me know in the comments. Let's pop this baby out. The water pump is next. You know, I'm really hoping that there's nothing in here, but I don't know, there probably might be. By hammer, I mean a rubber mallet, which, you know, a lot of nice people were suggesting that in the last video with the Mustang disassembly. Oh. I got it. Almost got out of my hand. I'm gonna break all of these nuts so I can take this apart. Once I remove them, then I can get to those U-clamps and then work my way from there. Once I took all of those nuts out, those U-clamps just came out easily, and then this bar just comes off just like that. There are some washers that fell in here, so now I can get them. And the other thing that I noticed is that these rocker arms have, each of them has like a different set of numbers on them. So I don't know if that matters. Obviously, I'm still going to keep it in the same order as I remove it. Wow, this is taking forever. But I just thought that was pretty cool. So I think what I'm going to do is just remove the easier ones that I can do by hand first, because it seems if the spring is compressed, then those are harder. Now these rocker arms are coming off. So I did make a little video just as like a little note to myself, since these do have numbers, just to have a video of the order that they're in. I'm not sure if it does matter, but for now I'm just placing these in a bucket in no particular order. Now onto the push rods, being very careful with everything. And I'm putting this in my buckets, my parts bucket. And now on to remove these batteries. So I can get some of them that are up with this magnet, others I can't. So I'll probably have to just use a smaller magnet, because this isn't doing anything for the other ones. But don't worry guys. I know that these are called lifters because everybody was so kind to tell me in my Mustang video. But I'm gonna keep calling them batteries. I guess people thought I was some sort of master mechanic. Apparently, I'm supposed to know everything and not be able to learn new things, but you know. Let's get these heads off. So I'm just removing these bolts in like a cross pattern. Working my way in, out. So that hammer helped just a little bit because I could feel it's a little off. So let me just give it a little bit of more assistance with this plastic pry tool. Just doesn't want to, so that's going through there. All right, okay, this side is off. Let me try this one. Come on. Okay.